All right, what is up, everybody? Shell Scout 0013 here, reporting in for another list build. This time, I'm going to go over the CIS and some stuff with Dooku, just because of the new suppression rules again. And, you know, just kind of going over those. I've gone over a little bit of cover and other things in the Patreon for Gar, at least. And so I'm kind of going over new rule stuff and lists specifically about kind of like the new rules and how they're going to affect the game and kind of some of the things that you're going to need to keep an eye on. And so if you haven't already, go ahead and join the Patreon, and you're going to get new videos each week as much as I can. And I'm, also in the Discord, there's a private chat basically for the Patreon members. And, I'm asking them kind of what they want to see. And I've got some ideas and some things that I'm trying to do in the future. So if you're interested, go ahead and join up, check out the other videos, and, start helping the channel. It'll help a lot. I've got, a battle report that I'm going to be doing this coming up weekend with somebody, and I'm going to be excited because I'm going to put it up here first, and everyone who's in the Patreon gets access early to these videos when I can get them up early as well. Just like this week, I have a little bit extra time, so I was able to get this video up early during the week, and then allow the Patreon members to view it, and then released it today. So hopefully you guys kind of join up on the Patreon, kind of support me and the channel, and I'm going to try to get more stuff to you guys, either through, the giveaways or kind of whatever I can strategy wise, or maybe come up with a campaign or come up with, interviews, whatever I can do to help get you guys to either understand the game more or play the game a little bit better. And so again, go ahead and join the Discord. It's been awesome to see everybody, chatting and everyone having such a good time. It was really cool to kind of see what everyone is thinking in here and, what's going on. Again, you're welcome to go ahead and join in on any of these, and yeah, post whatever you guys like, even if it is, let's see, I don't know if it was here. Yeah, someone else actually had some really cool stuff going on. And the finished projects, it's not just particularly Star Wars Legion, but there are a lot of other stuff in here just in case you are interested. And yeah, go ahead and join up. And then also go ahead and head to theburnacademy.com for $15 a month. Go ahead and subscribe. You're going to get 3, 4, 5, and 6 day week workout programs that are all 3 months long. If you've had any shoulder, back, or hip issues or knee issues, the corrective exercise program is for you. The 30-minute torture programs for anyone who has, not that much time to be in the gym. There's at-home workouts, stuff for your abs and core, just in general, that you can do. 120 different recipes, able to track your progress. And this is an app that you'll have on your phone that you can always use at the gym whenever you're there. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes. So let's look at Dooku. So Dooku, again, I've done a breakdown. If you haven't already, you can go to the playlists and go to breakdowns or, unit explanations basically, and check out the Dooku one I did a while back, and it kind of gives you some ideas and list ideas that you can use with him. Now, since the point change and the rule changes, I'm going to kind of do just another one that explains, what he can do with his courage, because his courage value is 3. He's got 6 health. He surges to crit naturally, which is really, really, really good for any kind of Sith. He's got red defense dice like all Force users. He's got a ranged attack of 5 black dice that are going to surge to crit, and it's Pierce 1. Scatter is going to be really, really nice with the new cover rules, because now you're going to be able to get them completely out of cover. And, yeah, it's going to be super nice. Now, with Scatter, you can't move the unit leader. So hopefully you can still keep the C the unit leader, and move everybody else so that the droids can kind of do their thing. And then he's got 5 red in melee, impact 2, pierce 2. Pretty awesome to me. 3 of the force, slots, a commander slot, master of the force 2, so you can ready 2 of these and refresh 2 of those. And then he's got deflect, so he is, affected by the fact that he can no longer use dodges to surge to defense and melee. It's only going to be during ranged attacks. Now, his Mastery is still really, really nice with the fact that when he's performing a melee attack, he can reduce the pierce level of, this to be pierce 1 instead. And if you do, the defender cannot use the immune to pierce. So he is a really good Jedi hunter for sure. And, you know, I think you're probably going to see a little bit more Obi-Wan and Anakin on the field because the fact that they can use their dodges to search defense, even in melee, because of their mastery. And I still think you're going to still see a lot of Vader on the field because of the reliable 2 that he has naturally. And he's super strong, 8 health, infinite courage value for Commander Vader. He doesn't have, a ranged attack, but you wouldn't have to bring like tenacity or anything on him because he already has 6 red and melee. So that's going to be fantastic. But then again, Operative Vader, you can bring into the fray, which is going to give him even more surge tokens. So yeah, you're going to see a lot of Vader and Anakin probably in Obi-Wan. So with that, Dooku's going to be great. And again, Asajj Ventress is coming out, and Ahsoka will be coming out soon after that. And you're going to have way more on the field. So the fact that Dooku is, a perfect Jedi hunter, the fact that he's got Courage 3 as a commander, which is going to be coming in handy really nicely with the new suppression rules. It's good to have him, and trying to mix a few lists with him are going to be fantastic. So with this, I've put Force Push, Force Choke, Force Reflexes, and Inspiring Presence on him. Now, there are instances when Burst of Speed would actually probably be good as well, but for the fact that right now I wanted Force Reflexes on him is just a little bit different in this list. And I'll keep explaining why and going over. I just kind of wanted to keep him as filled with dodges as I could, and there's another way that you can do that, and I'll kind of show you whenever I, when we go over it. But yeah, I've got Inspiring Presence on him because this one is going to be really good. I think it's going to increase a little bit in what people bringing in. But friendly units at range 1 to 4 instead of 1 to 3 can use your courage value when checking whether they are panicked. Okay, so it can be reduced by other effects, aka probably, what is it, War Weary? So War Weary is a condition card that, if you were to pick it, is when checking whether a unit is panicked, the range at which a unit can use another courage value instead of its own is reduced by 2. So if you don't have Inspiring Presence, you're going to have to keep your army very, very close to your commander, range 1 of your commander, in order not to panic. But because, and the reason I'll tell you right now why I have this card in there. 1, because we've got 2 commanders. One's got Courage 2 over here. So if you do wind up getting that card, you've got Inspiring Presence to really help you at least be at range 2 for non-panicking. And then Kalani can be beyond range 2 of Dooku to be able to, support your range 3, basically. So that's why I've got War Weary in here to kind of help mitigate that and hurt, hopefully, your opponent. So, yeah. Now, I've got 2 Magna Guard in here. I've got one with the Electro Whip and Tenacity because this one's going to be basically your sword. And then your RPS 6 Magna Guard is going to have Protector and Situational Awareness. And correct me if I'm wrong, but, with Protector, you're going to be able to use Guardian to cancel crits as if they were hits. Now, it's not physically changing the fact that it was a crit to a hit, meaning that, yeah, you still have 2 crits that are coming in that you're guarding from, and the fact that you have situational awareness means that you can use dodges to cancel crits. So if you were to have gone maybe with this guy first and you did a dodge for an AI move in case you didn't have an order on him, and Retinue also gave you a dodge, you've got 2 dodges. Now you can use Protector to cancel 2 crits. That's kind of why I've got these 2 together. So there's that. And if I am wrong, correct me down below. That way, if there is something going on, people can see it. Also, I don't know why I didn't mention this to begin with, but the giveaway is still going on. If you haven't already, all you have to do to sign up for the giveaway is to leave a comment and be a subscriber. And it can be a comment on this video or the past 3 videos that I've done so far. And I should be able to come up with a winner, I think, next week, the first week of February. If not, I think that's the second. Yeah. So February 2nd, that Thursday, I should be able to pick a person for you guys. So yeah, go ahead and leave a comment and subscribe, and you're entered to win. And then with the Patreon, as a perk, if you sign up, and be a member for the special forces, you're going to get some extra YouTube giveaway points. Shadow Operative gives you even more, and then the Shadow Clan Commander gives you even more YouTube giveaway points. So, yeah, now's the time to really go ahead and sign up for the Patreon to get those extra YouTube, you know, points. So, yeah, there you go. Now, I have Kalani in here, and lead by example can change. It's kind of up to you of what you want to do. Now, we've got 799, which you have 9 points total if you got rid of this. What I was planning on is if you didn't want lead by example to get rid of suppression, just in case you needed to, you could just go ahead and take that off and give Kalani the portable scanner. So that way, when you do use strategize, you're giving out an aim and a dodge, and you might be able to do that to maybe the Magna Guard, give them the aim and the dodge, and then maybe give that extra dodge to Dooku. But you've got force reflexes on here. You've got strategize to be able to give these guys an aim and a dodge. They've got their retinue for another aim or a dodge. So you can already stack these guys up with, 2 aims and 2 dodges, or 2 aims and or 2 dodges, and then an extra whatever at, after Kalani goes, and then before they even have a chance to go. And then maybe they have to AI dodge, giving them a third dodge somehow. There's lots of possibilities to be able to use the Magna Guard to your advantage somehow. So that's why I put lead by example instead of the portable scanner on there at the moment, was because you already have lots of ways to get dodges on these guys, and Dooku's got force reflexes. So I put lead by example to make sure that you can try to get rid of suppression, especially for the Magna Guard. Now I've got battle droid, 1 unit of battle droids with the PK series worker droid to be able to kind of give the Magna Guard some life back. And HQ uplink, if you didn't want HQ uplink and or maybe lead by example, you could probably do a second PK series droid. Like if you did that and you did that, you'd probably be able to add another PK series droid. And you've got 7 points left, which wouldn't quite allow you to have the lead by example, which is 8 points. So you're so close. But if you wanted to do that, you could technically. And then maybe you could give him portable scanners. But, just in case, I've decided to give one of the battle droids the HQ uplink just in case. So, and I'll explain why. So Kalani is also going to have direct AI. So it's not quite like the generic commander in CIS that, is direct a core unit. This one has direct AI. Sorry. So you can technically use that to give the IG Magna Guard in order, or the battle droids here in order. What I would probably do is, direct AI to the battle droids. The battle droids are going to be able to chain all the way through each other and end on a Magna Guard if you have it lined up correctly. And then you only have 1 Magna Guard, Dooku and Kalani left. So you've got 2 commander tokens and a special forces token in there. So you've got a lot that you can do with that. Or, you could direct these 2 when then use HQ uplink for these guys, and then possibly end on Kalani, giving everyone an order but Dooku. And that's if, you had to give out even 1 order, So yeah, there's lots of things that you can, I guess no orders technically. Because if you were to just direct these guys, they'd get an order, and then pop HQ uplink, these all get an order. You haven't even had to put an order token down. So you might not need HQ uplink, but let's kind of go over this. Now there's 10 activations. You've got some pretty naked battle droids here, so you've got to kind of be careful with the PK series droid to give the Magna Guard their health. They're trying to protect Dooku from getting hit. But so that's why I'm like, if you need the HQ uplink for the PK series worker droids, you could do that, but you'd have to sacrifice lead by example and HQ uplink. Now let's look at the cards real quick. Fear, surprise, and intimidation. Count Dooku's going to gain Arsenal 2 and Relentless, basically meaning that, and so he's going to be able to move, and then use his ranged attack because it's going to gain versatile in case he does melee someone, and he can use his melee attack. So that's basically if you are landing in base contact after your 2 moves, you're going to be able to really make use of this card, which is going to be fantastic, but you're only giving him the order again. So then Kalani would be able to AI one of these. Sorry. Yeah, it's AI one. I don't know why I was saying AI both of these guys. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I know you're probably trying to correct me in the comments, but yeah, he'll be able to direct at least one of these guys. And then you'd be able to use HQ uplink to maybe even land on the other Magna Guard, leaving just your commanders open. So there you go. So that's one way to do it. So yeah, so you give the order to Dooku, you use Kalani to direct one of these Magna Guard, and then you use the battle droids to HQ uplink either all the way up to Kalani, leaving just this Magna Guard, or trying to include the Magna Guard here, leaving just the Kalani. So you know what you've got in your bag, and you still have perfect order control. They too will suffer. You're going to give it to the super tactical droid. He doesn't have comms relay because this is technically the only card that comms relay would be good for in a way, because then if you were to give it to him, if you had comms relay, you can give it to someone else. But really, just give it to Kalani, then AI, your Magna Guard, and then use HQ uplink to get all of these guys, including possibly the other Magna Guard. And then the only token that you have left in the bag is Count Dooku, giving you, again, perfect order control. Double the Fall is going to be able to give it to Count Dooku and 1 unit, and then at the start of the activation phase, if Dooku has a face-up order, you can return to his order pool. You can return his order token to the order pool and choose up to 2 enemy units at range 1 to 2 of him and return those order tokens to the order pool of your opponent, basically. So, if they did put, an Anakin order token out there and someone else, you could just say, hey, nope, you need to return those to your hand, and kind of screw up possibly the whole Anakin thing where, he has to be the first to activate. And unless he gets a suppression token at the end of his turn. So you could really kind of screw that person up a lot. And then, yeah, or, if it's important, with the new Dark Troopers, I should say. With the new Dark Troopers, you can choose up to 2 enemy units at range 1 and 2. So maybe you got really close to the Dark Troopers. You're going to be able to return those to his hand or to the order pool, and maybe he used the 2-pip that turn. There's a lot of stuff. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff you could do. I haven't quite thought it out. I was just thinking about it just now, but yeah, I'm sure this would be good because even though there's 2 order tokens for them in the order pool, if you were to return them to their hand, that's kind of screwing up where they wanted to go first, and they're gonna have to keep searching for it. It wouldn't be that bad, but yeah, kind of like the Dark Troopers are gonna be okay with that one, I guess. So never mind. Preservation protocols. You're going to give it to 2 droid troopers or AI units, and then whenever the super tactical droid issues an order to a droid trooper or a unit with AI, it gains disengage and impervious and a dodge. So it'd be really nice, technically, to give this to the Magna Guard, and it's 2 of them. So you'd be able to give them to the AI. They would be able to have disengage. What was it? They'd be able to have disengage, impervious, which is really, really nice, and a dodge token. So yeah, let's see. With impervious, it's only when defending. Yeah, so it doesn't matter if it's a ranged attack or if it's in melee. So if they are getting hit and there's snipers or whoever is around, then this would be nice to definitely give to them so that they can either also, if they're in the open, they can get into someone, or if they are engaged and they really need to get to an objective, they're going to have disengage so they can just freely move. And then they still have charge, and they're not withdrawing into another unit. They're technically just disengaging. And then they're going to get a dodge, and then retinue, they're going to get a dodge or an aim. And then with Kalani, maybe, you've given these 2 guys the order, and then you used Kalani's AI to give every one of these guys, or to give this guy an order, and then coordinates it to all the way down here, then they can still just recover if they haven't, recovered already eventually, and then move instead of having to recover and just whatever. I don't know. It just allows them to do a little bit more. You wouldn't have to. And then again, just leaving Kalani and Dooku in the bag, so you know who's in the bag as your commanders. Then you have You Disappoint Me, so it's Dooku and 2 units. So maybe you give Dooku and the 2 Guards the order, and then Kalani can AI direct the droids here who will daisy chain, leaving just Kalani in the bag. But, Dooku, when he issues an order to a unit, that unit gains a dodge. So again, you're putting practically 2 dodges or more on the Magna Guard, and they've got the Guardian and Protector, so hopefully keeping Dooku alive a lot longer. And Kalani is continually supporting the Magna Guard and staying at least close enough if he needs to the battle droids to be able to AI direct. And yeah, there's so much you can do right now with him in here. And then with Roger Roger, you give it to basically your 2 Guard and Kalani, and then you can give the third order, or that's your 3 orders, and then you can AI direct the battle droids. And that's why sometimes if you might not need the HQ uplink, but it's nice to have as well. Or that's when maybe you do decide to take comms relay instead of HQ uplink. But I think this is going to work out a lot easier. And then those that you did give in order to are going to gain a dodge or a surge. So maybe you give an extra dodge again to here, and then maybe you give a surge to Kalani for some reason. He doesn't actually need a surge, does he? Yeah, for defense, maybe. Or maybe you gave the Man Guard surges instead of dodges because they're already going to gain a dodge maybe from retinue. And then, yeah, now maybe you keep the Mana Guard, one of these Mana Guard next to Dooku, and one of these Mana Guard next to Kalani, or I would just keep both of these Mana Guards next to Dooku. You've got one big old ball of just death hanging around, and then you got Kalani kind of with the other guys, being able to direct whoever he needs to. But yeah, I figured that this would be kind of great with Dooku's 3 courage to get through everything. Now, I've got intercept the transmissions because you have all trooper units. I have key positions because you have a force user, hostage exchange because you have a force user, and Dooku. And with Dooku, you've got, the whole scatter. His range attack is range 1 to 2. His, let's see, what was it? I think You Disappoint Me. If you played that one, you're going to be able to do a speed 2 move with that unit. So maybe you attacked the hostage unit. You're going to be able to do a speed 2 move away with them towards your guys. So he's going to be awesome at that. And then payload, because again, you can just ball up your units and just be ready to go. And then maybe extend out a little bit with either Kalani and the Magna Guard and do your thing. So, but you don't necessarily need payload. And it's also really good because none of your troopers are going to lose an action with suppression because they're droids. And then none of them are even going to panic until 6 suppression. So these guys are just going to wreak havoc consistently with 2 actions until they get 6 suppression. And I highly doubt you're going to get at least, you probably are going to get maybe 1 if they concentrate a lot of their focus. But for the most part, you're never really going to have an issue with that. So that's why I like the Courage 3 with droids, because you're always basically getting those 2 actions. I have advanced positions again because you're all trooper units. Danger close because you've got great melee users that are also a little bit okay at ranged. So danger close, yeah, really close. Hemmed in is amazing for your hostage exchange, your key positions, your intercept. It's just good. Major offensive as well would be good because of the fact that you're all, trooper units and stuff. Hostile environment, again, with suppression, you need 6 suppression to really panic with this list. And you've got range 1 to 4 with your 3 courage. So the fact that trooper units who are not in base contact with a piece of terrain, with how important suppression is now and being panicked, this one would be almost a must for droids. Limited viz, because you really don't have long range stuff. So it's okay to have that limited viz and get everyone in there for, key positions or hostage or intercept, set up your guys. War Weary, I gave in there because again, you've got your Courage 3 at range 1 to 4, and it would just be reduced by 2 to range 1, or sorry, range 2. So you'd have Dooku who can be at range 2 with his Courage value, and Kalani could be at range 1, but you'd be able to separate those a little bit farther. So you're pretty much always going to have a good Courage bubble. And then supply drop, that way you just have those extra supplies for arc welders and stuff like that to be able to, and the back to capsules, so you can really help Dooku and your team. But yeah, so it's 10 activation, 799. And again, with the low bid, because the person who has closer to 800 points is going to win a draw. So much for big bids. All right, let's look at a 9 activation, 5-point bid one. This has Dooku with Force Choke, Push, Burst of Speed, and Inspiring Presence again. This one has the RPS Magna Guard with Offensive Push instead. Now, you can. I have the Magna Guard next to Dooku with Protector and Situational Awareness just to be able to do the same thing and cancel those crits easily with the dodges. I've got my 3 regular battle droids with HQ uplink because there's no one else to be able to really give them any kind of orders. And then 3 Stap Riders. And I've got those 3 Stap Riders. I've got Mechanized Incursion. So you'd be able to give the Stap Riders the order. They're going to be able to basically coordinate through all the other Staps. And then if that's the first turn, you'll give it to your Staps. And then your battle droids without even having to use HQ uplink. And then they'll be able to put it on a Magna Guard. And then these 2 are the only ones left. And then hopefully they were kind of close enough to be able to give an order to, because it's after friendly vehicle is issued an order, you can choose a friendly droid trooper at range 1 to 2 of it and issue it in order. So maybe you give an order to like the farthest Stap Rider who coordinates all the way in close, and then maybe you've got a Magna Guard that's somewhat close to be able to get that second order, and then the only thing you have left in the bag is Dooku, and on it that's on a really good turn 0 setup. Then you've got, again, Push to be able to maybe give one of the Stap Riders the order who can hopefully coordinate it, and then you have HQ uplink that'll hopefully coordinate it, and then you can give your Magna Guards an order with those with the 2, and then Dooku again is the only one left, and then Assault, because again you might be able to give it to a Stap Rider, or you might be able to give it to Dooku and these 2 guys, and then you've got HQ uplink who can go here because you might not have Staps at that point. So yeah, that's just in case. I've given you Bombing Run because you've got the 3 Stap Riders. And again, so you have Inspiring Presence. You have a kind of smaller trooper unit base. So again, you're going to be really, really good on suppression. And Saps don't care about suppression. So you really got almost nothing to worry about again with this. It's just a little bit more mobile. So that's why you have Bombing Run for the Staps. You've got Hostage Exchange again because you got Dooku. You've got Breakthrough because you're going to be able to Guardian very well. And then your Staps, they're going to have to do a Compulse move in the beginning or end of speed 3, but then they can naturally move at speed 1 if they wanted to. So you can technically kind of keep them hidden for a little while and then kind of, break through when they really need to. And key positions, you can use Staps to go for the key position in the back or on their side, and then use just Dooku and the Magnus to go for the one in the middle, and then use the battle droids to kind of stay in the back and hang out and keep giving themselves orders when they need. Yeah, so that's pretty good. Advanced position, stand your close, hemmed in, so just like the last one. So roll out, because then you've got the Stap Riders. I wouldn't suggest roll out and Bombing Run, because with Bombing Run, the Stap Riders have to be inside the deployment zone. So mostly roll out for like hostage exchange or for breakthrough maybe, and then key positions. They'll be so focused on the Stap Riders that you'll be able to really move your guys in close and hopefully take out some guys as you're making your way there. And then again, war weary and hostile environment because of the suppression rules now, and the fact that you've got courage 3 for range 1 to 4, and you've got Staps who don't really care about it. And then clear conditions and limited viz. So yeah, you are kind of good to go. You might want to stay away from War Weary, but I have it in there just in case, because again, like, it's better for you to be able to have that card for everyone else, because they're going to keep their people closer, and you've got at least a little bit more range bubble with Inspiring Presence kind of taking that advantage. So yeah, there's a 9 activation list but you're a little bit more mobile, and you've got a little bit more, faster units for range. Now, here's a skirmish list, because I just want to at least do one skirmish list for everyone. And they're kind of decked out here. There is no HQ uplink. You could probably get rid of maybe maybe actually do this, because you're going to be getting close. You've got the 2 extra points because of the radiation. Yeah, I mean, honestly, you could probably get rid of one of the worker droids and go for HQ uplink on one of these guys, leaving you with 4 extra points, and there's really nothing with 4 extra points that's good. I mean, you can probably give yourself maybe an emergency transponders just in case you didn't give the IG Magna Guard an order, but you're probably giving them an order. So I don't know, the 4 extra points. Yeah, there's really nothing. But yeah, so there you go. You got that. And that's 5 extra points, 4 extra points, like I said. But you have burst speed, force push, and force choke on here. You don't really have to have the commander slot filled. I've got the Mind Guard with Electro Whip and Tenacity, just straight to the point, trying to go in and go ham. You've got the E5 with the PK Worker Series droid to kind of stay in the back and or protect the Mind Guard, and then you've got the Radiation Cannon Trooper to get in close because you're in 3x3, so it's really close anyway. And then you got your battle droid to be able to have HQ uplink to be able to give out those orders in any situation. And then the objectives and deployment, you're really only limited to 4, so that's why I didn't put them on there. But yeah, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this one. And if you have any other list ideas, go ahead and definitely comment down below. If there's anything I missed, you can put it here. If you've got anything to say, put it down below. That'll enter you to win, especially if you are subscribed at the same time. Head to the Patreon and definitely go ahead and join up and help this channel grow, and allow me to do more for battle reports and other videos. I might be able to do interviews whenever I've got more people here. And yeah, you're going to get some extra content early and just extra content. And then the Discord, it's free and it's fun. I love it when people are talking about everything and, telling us what's going on, all of the different variations of things that you've got going here, general chat. There's a bunch of stuff I like. So yeah, everyone just keep posting because y'all are doing fantastic. And then again, if you haven't already, head to thebirdacademy.com and subscribe now for $15 a month to get your 3 and 4, 5, and 6 day a week workout programs that are all 3 months long and so forth there. And I want to thank the Patreons because they have done so much to support this channel, and I'm very, very appreciative. And I just want to thank Kitsune and Anthony for all that you have done, and I'm excited to continue to see what happens with you guys and all the information that I can give you, and hopefully I can keep giving you guys way more and more. But yeah, thank you guys, and if you haven't already, you can go ahead and join the Patreon. So yeah, go ahead and go there and I'll put your name up at the end. But all right, guys, y'all have a great day and may the force be with you.